Goldpanners organization, we'd like to welcome you to Growden Memorial Park in Game 3 of 4. Between the visitors on the scoreboard, the San Francisco Seals taking on your Alaska Goldpanners. Yeah, it's a hot one today, folks. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting San Francisco Seals. Batting first, playing in right field, wearing the number 28 is Elijah Moultrie.
Good afternoon, Fairbanks, and welcome to Growden Memorial Park for today's afternoon game between the San Francisco Seals and your Alaska Goldpanners. Henry Cole coming to you here live from Growden, filling in for Ken Veermeyer, who himself was filling in for Gura Von Deen. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, a little bit hot for most of us who live in the Northland, and we're gonna bring you the starting lineups here in a little bit. For the Seals in right field is Moultrie. At shortstop, batting second, Louis Coca. At first base, batting third, Carlos Drain. At third base for the Seals, batting fourth is Kai Young. The designated hitter is Marcus King. Batting sixth, the catcher, Atticus Gonzalez. Batting seventh for the San Francisco, the left fielder, Jake Chasengram. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Trey Brooks. And batting ninth for San Francisco, the second baseman, Monroe High School's own from Fairbanks, Alaska, Gabe Ngayak. And if you're from around this area, you know that last name. For the Goldpanners, let me switch things here. For the Goldpanners, leading off and playing second base is Logan Redeman. Batting second, right fielder number 30, Tyler Richardson. Batting third is the center fielder, number 10, Carl Peters. Cleanup, left fielder, Logan Drummond, number 13. Batting fifth is the shortstop, number 31, Kobe Williams. Batting sixth is the catcher, Jackson Frankovich, number 15. The designated hitter, number 4, Logan Wimberly, is batting seventh. Cade Leifer, the first baseman, wearing number 6, batting eighth. And batting ninth, Fairbanks' own Alex Garcia, third baseman, wearing number 11. Starting pitcher for the Panners is number 5, Eddie Alfaro. So again, for Fairbanks, it's Redeman, Richardson, Peters, Drummond, Williams, Frankovich, Wimberly, Leifer, and Garcia, with Alfaro starting on the mound. We'll have first pitch for you here in just a minute or so, and stay tuned. PannerVision will be right back.
Starting at shortstop, batting fifth, wearing the number 31, Kobe Williams. Starting at second base, batting first, wearing the number 8, Logan Redeman. Starting at first base, batting eighth, wearing the number 6, Cade Leifer. Catching for your Alaska Goldpanners, batting sixth, is wearing number 15, Jackson Frankovich. Today's starting pitcher is number 5, Eddie Alfaro. And the designated hitter batting in the 7th spot is number 4, Logan Wimberly. And the rest of your Alaska Goldpanners were field managed by Mr. Brett Latchman. The associate head coach is Carlos Gonzalez. The assistant coaches are Jack Gonzalez, Logan Smith, and Jake Latchman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please stand, kindly remove your caps, and place your hand over your heart, as today's vocalists are Miss Jordan Hagee and Miss Tessa Crandall.
Light, what's the more cries at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes
Sorry, we had some batteries that weren't replaced. But ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Miss Jordan and Miss Tessa. Wish the batteries were working and that they were changed. Baseball fans, we have a very special guest heading out to the mound to throw our ceremonial first pitch. Please welcome to the mound, Nathaniel Alvarez. Nathaniel throw out the first pitch. All right, baseball fans, on the count of three, I want you to yell out, play ball. 1, 2, 3. Baseball fans, make sure you have your sunscreen. It is currently 82 degrees right now, and it's going to get up to 85 here in a couple of hours. So make sure you pack the sunscreen. Make sure you stay hydrated with water. Or if you're an adult over the legal age of 21, you can head on over to the Big Daddy's Beer Garden on the first base side. Also, there's only one more day left of the merchandise booth being open, and what could be better on a day like this than some tank tops? Alaska Goldpanners tank tops, that is. Get them while they're in stock before the online store opens up here in about a month. It's your last chance to go to the merchandise booth.
All right, welcome back to Growden Park. Henry Cole again here with you. We're about set for first pitch. Today's game between the Goldpanners and the San Francisco Seals. Leading off for San Francisco is their right fielder, Evan Moultrie. He was on their roster as number 40. He's wearing number 28 this afternoon, but Alfaro's first pitch to him is in there for a called strike, and that's how we get started. 0-1 to Moultrie. Right down the gut for strike 2, 0-2. Quick start. San Francisco being one of those teams where they have multiple jerseys. That pitch is high, maybe a bit outside, 1-2. San Francisco is one of those teams where they have multiple jerseys, and the jerseys don't always have the same numbers on them, which is not terribly uncommon. The 1-2 is down and outside for ball 2. So during the course of the series, as they wear their different shirts, they'll have different, that pitch is chopped over to third. Throw by Garcia is in time. That'll be a quick out. 5-3 is the put out there. That'll bring up number 21, the shortstop, Louis Coca, for San Francisco. Do it again, someone yells. Yeah, do it again. Couple quick groundouts. It is a hot day here in Fairbanks. First pitch is a called strike. 83 degrees. Inside corner, strike 2. Barely a cloud in the sky. Big bit of haze over the hills to the north. Couple of little clouds in the distance. 0-2 is in the dirt outside, ball one. What is blisteringly hot, at least, again, by the standards of people who live here in the north. 1-2 is chopped foul over to right.
First foul ball is brought to you by the Goldpanners. They're open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. all summer long.
That's a called strike three. Rung him up. That'll bring up the Seals' first baseman, number 24, Carlos Drain.
Number 24, Carlos Drain.
Stands in from the right side against Alfaro. First pitch is chopped over to right, handled by Redeman. Quick throw to first, and that's an easy out. 4-3 goes the putout. 1-2-3 inning for the Seals. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Seals nothing. Goldpanners coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Leading off for your Alaska Goldpanners, the second baseman, number 8, Logan Redeman.
Logan Redeman stands in on the left side to lead off for the Goldpanners. Second baseman wearing number 8. One of 4 Logans in the on the Goldpanner roster currently. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Redeman along with Logan Drummond, who's the left fielder, Logan Wimberly, who's today's designated hitter, and Logan Groff, who's a pitcher, not in the lineup right now. That's way outside, ball one. We did have 3 Logans in a row in the lineup a couple of weeks ago. I wonder if we can get 4 Logans in a row. That'd be fun. That's way outside, ball 2. Finelli pitched the last couple innings in yesterday's game for San Francisco, so he might be a little bit tired. Excuse me. That's in the dirt. Bounces behind the catcher, ball 3. Might be a little bit tired, which makes him an interesting choice for today's starter, but they don't always have too many options for these teams that come up here, and as we understand it, San Francisco's team is a little shorthanded. That one's chopped over to first, fielded by Drain. And, wow. Redeman beats him out, beats him to the bag. That's lackadaisical play by the first baseman, Carlos Drain. That's frankly, that's not really acceptable, but we'll call it a base hit. Panners will take it. That'll bring up the right fielder for Goldpanners, number 30, Tyler Richardson. Redmond takes his lead off first. First pitch is low for a ball. We had, as I was saying, we had 3 Logans in a row. Redmond, Drummond, and Wimberley all batting in a row in the lineup a couple of weeks ago. And that worked pretty well, as I recall. That misses inside ball 2. And there's a balk call on Finelli. Oops. Balk is one of those rules that everybody knows and no one understands. Basically, if you start your move towards the plate, you or towards any base, and then change your mind, once you start your rotation, you can't stop. Or it's a balk. In the majors now, with the pitch timer, and that pitch is chopped foul off the plate, 3-1. At the majors now, with the pitch timer, there's a disengagement rule where both the pitcher and the batter each get 2 disengagements. The pitcher can step off and throw to a base, or step off and call time, or what have you. Batter can call time and step out of the box. 3-1 pitches in the dirt outside, ball 4. Richardson will take his place down at first. That'll bring up number 10, the center fielder, Carl Peters. If you exceed your number of disengagements, which is 2 per at-bat for either the pitcher or the batter, the pitcher, if he steps off a 3rd time, he's either got to get an out on the bases with a pickoff or what have you, or that's an automatic balk, and if the batter does it, that's an automatic strike. And one of the new rules they're trying, it's one of the things that's led to shorter games. Pitch to Peters is, again, in the dirt outside, ball 1. That's chopped foul towards the Panner dugout. The Goldpanners' first base coach has an interesting bit of headwear going on right now. It's cowboy helmet, I guess is what we're going to call it. That's inside ball 2. Yeah, it's Cole Phillips. Who, if you haven't guessed by now, is from Texas. He is that's popped straight up in the air over to short. It'll be an easy put out for Coca. That'll bring up our second Logan of the day, Logan Drummond. A left fielder, number 13. Comes into What Is Love by Hadaway. And not on the scoreboard is the Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, and I forget the 3rd guy's name from Saturday Night Live doing the Night at the Roxbury sketch. Chris Cattell, yeah. Or Chris Kattan, I think. Yeah. First pitch to Drummond is outside. Yeah, that was ball 1. Pitch is outside, ball 2. The video panel on our new scoreboard here, Growden, has opened us up to all kinds of new shenanigans from the crew of scoreboard operators. That one's fouled over into the bleachers in left field.
That ball is brought to you by Spalding Chiropractic.
All kinds of new shenanigans. We've got the 50-50 winners up there. We've got the players' names and numbers and positions up there. And then we've got Saturday Night Live characters Head bobbing in a car. That one's fouled back
Ball
off the
brought
net.
to you by Advanced Family Ministry. Always be on the lookout for foul balls. I want to get a ball to the face.
You don't want to get a ball to the face, Andy. That's correct. That would be a bad day for everybody. That one's chopped right down the first base line, just inside the bag. That's fair. It'll go all the way to the wall. It's big trouble for San Francisco. Redeman comes in to score, and Richardson is right behind him as Drummond ends up all the way over at third base with a triple. A 2-run triple for the Panners as we take a 2-0 lead here with 1 out in the first inning. That was a perfectly placed ground ball. You couldn't ask for anything. You couldn't ask for anything been a better spot than that, just about. That'll bring it to shortstop for Fairbanks, number 31, Kobe Williams. Stands in from the right side with a runner on third now, Drummond, and 1 out. First pitch to Williams is popped foul into the beer garden.
Ooh, somebody can go get that foul ball. Brought to you by Hometown.
Looks like it maybe just made it into the forbidden zone there. The 0-1 is low, ball 1. Long-timers to Goldpanner games or PannerVision may recognize the forbidden zone as what used to be called Phase 2 of Growden Park construction. There was a sign over there for probably 15 years that said, "Please excuse our dust." That swung on and missed. Strike 2. "Please excuse our dust as we complete Phase 2 construction here at Growden." And no construction work ever happened. It was just an unfinished building for at least 15 years, and then the sign disappeared one day because people realized we weren't actually doing anything. That one's on the inside, off the inside corner for ball 2-2. Out of Williams. Someone yells out, "You can do it." Finale's 2-2. It's just low, I guess. Ball 3. 3-2 now, full count. Drummond's still over at third. Williams hoping to bring him home. The full count pitch is popped up into left. That should be deep enough to score Drummond. Oh, and he drops it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That'll be an E7 on Chasengram. Man, it would have been a sac fly, but Chasengram lost it in the sun a bit there at the end. So Williams is now at second as Jackson Frankovich, today's catcher, stands in, wearing number 15, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. The San Francisco Seals have had a rough time in the field this series. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. They have had a rough time in the field. 5 errors yesterday, 3 the day before, and now 1 today here in the first. 1-1 pitch is inside for a ball. And they're already short-staffed regarding pitching, so you have to feel for their pitchers. Their defense isn't making it easy behind them. 2-1 pitch is inside for a ball. But for example, the Panners scored, there's a swing and a miss. Full count now on Frankovich. The Panners scored 9 runs in the 5th inning on Thursday. With, I believe, 7 walks and 2 errors. And just the Seals pitching just fell apart. That one's chopped foul off the plate. Frankovich stays alive. Finale gets a new baseball. Full count, 1 out. Runner on second for the Goldpanners. 3-0 Fairbanks here in the bottom of the first. Finale's pitch is chopped over to first base and bobbled by the first baseman, but he recovers in time to get the out. 3-1 the put out there. And Williams moves down to third base on that grounder. That'll bring up our third Logan of the day. Logan Wimberly, the designated hitter, wearing number 4 this afternoon. Stands in from the left side. First pitch to Wimberly is outside for a ball. If we can get Logan Groff in the game somehow, we'll have a 4 Logan day. That hits him. That's got to not feel great.
That hit by pitch is brought to you by Satterberg Law Office.
That hit by pitch is brought to you by the Satterberg Law Office, which, yeah. That brings up Cade Leifer, first baseman, wearing number 6. Stands in from the right side again. Runners on the corners now. Wimberly at first and Kobe Williams over at third. Pitch to Leifer is low for a ball. Looks like the Seals have someone warming up behind the right field bleachers. That one is in there for a called strike. Guess they're not happy with the bullpen, or I'm not sure what's going on over there. They have moved a fence panel and warming up through that. That one's off the outside corner for a ball. Finale's 1-1. It's low for a ball. Gonzalez, the catcher for San Francisco, is he's definitely earning his pay today. He's had a fair number of low pitches and well outside pitches that he's had to scramble for. 2-1 is a curveball right down the middle. 3-1, sorry. A full count now. Full count, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Wimberly will be off at the pitch. And that's low for a ball. Ball 4. Bases are now loaded for the Panners. I'll bring up Garcia. Panners will have batted around here in the first inning. Alex Garcia from North Pole, right here in the Fairbanks area. His second year with the Goldpanners, along with Andrew Trotman, yesterday's ace pitcher, and Raymond Padilla from Fort Wainwright. First pitch to Garcia is in the dirt. That'll get away, and that'll bring a run home on the wild pitch. The other runners move up. Well, the plate umpire says 0-1.
Yep, strike.
So apparently Garcia offered at that, according to the ump. Yeah, he tried to check his swing, but evidently didn't do it successfully. That one is chopped into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. That'll bring home 2 more runs for the Panners. Garcia stays safe over at first, and there's 2 RBIs on that base hit to left. That brings us right around back to the top, Logan Redeman. And so we do get our 4th Logan at bat of the inning, although maybe not in the way that some pedants among us would have liked. Logan Redeman singled and scored on Logan Drummond's triple to left. He stands in here again, chops this one foul off the plate. Still only 2 outs. 6 runs in. Runner on first, 2 outs. This has the lookings of going to be a long game for San Francisco. The 0-1 to Redeman is blasted to right. But Moultrie has the range, runs it down. So with 10 at-bats up, the Panners get 6 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We'll be right back here at Growden with the score 6-1, Goldpanners. Welcome back to Growden here on a hot Sunday afternoon as we start the top of the second. Goldpanners leading 6-0 as Kai Young stands in for San Francisco. Takes the first pitch from Eddie Alfaro high for ball 1. A rough bottom of the first for the Seals. That one misses inside, ball 2. A rough bottom of the first for the Seals. Panners get 6 runs on 3 hits. That dropped fly ball to left really hurt. That one's rolled up to short, and it'll be a quick 6-3 putout as Young is retired. That'll bring up Marcus King, Seals designated hitter today.
Seals. It's number 30, Blake King.
Blake King, my apologies. Blake King, designated hitter. We didn't get a full roster from the Seals, so we don't necessarily have all of their details, names, and all that. That one misses outside for a ball. So Alfaro working quick here. This one's fouled into the beer garden. Oh, fouled off the light tower.
Hit off the pole.
Blake King has light tower power, foul ball light tower power. Speaking of light tower power, Wimberley's home run, his pinch hit home run yesterday. My goodness. That one's inside for a called strike. It cleared the left field fence just above the Local 71 public employees working hard for Alaska sign. I say just above. Above it, but above it by 70 feet. That was a moonshot. Absolute blast of a home run. I'm not sure I've seen a bigger one here in my life. 2-2 pitch. He's rolled over to second, scooped up by Redeman. Throw to first is in time. 4-3 was that one. That'll bring up catcher for San Francisco, number 39, Atticus Gonzalez. There have been some mythical home runs here at Growden over the years. The most famous is assuredly Dave Kingman's blast that hit the roof of the curling club on the fly. As Alfaro's pitch is in there for a called strike to Gonzalez. Hit the roof of the curling club on the fly, which has to be something like 500 feet. That one's fouled back behind us.
On the right field side. Another foul ball brought to you by Hometown Physical Therapy.
Supposedly someone hit one into the National Guard Armory, just behind the right center field fence, behind the new scoreboard. I forget who that was supposed to be. Dave Winfield, probably. There have been a few into the Little League ballpark and behind right. A bunch onto 2nd Avenue, the road behind the left field wall. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Alfaro's perfect through 2. 6 up, 6 down.
1, 2, 3,
Go to the bottom of the 2nd. It'll be Richardson, Peters, and Drummond for the Goldpanners, up 6-0 here at Growden.
Goldpanners is number 30, Tyler Richardson.
Tyler Richardson here for leading off for the Goldpanners in the bottom of the 2nd. Number 30, the right fielder. Excuse me. Right fielder this afternoon. Stands in from the right side against Finelli. Ooh, that's up and in, ball 1. Richardson walked and scored in the 1st. That's up and in as well, ball 2. Finelli's 2-0 is popped straight up. And that'll be handled by Ngayak at 2nd. 4 unassisted put out there. That'll bring up the center fielder for Goldpanners, number 10, Carl Peters. Peters popped out to short in the 1st inning. Stands in here with 1 out in the 2nd. And that hits him in the back. Ouch.
Another hit by pitch brought to you by Saturday Law Office.
That's the 11th, I believe, hit by pitch in this series. That'll bring up Logan Drummond. Tripled and drove in 2 runs in the 1st inning and scored himself. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. That's on the outside, off the outside corner for a ball. Yeah, Drummond's triple was just a relatively soft grounder down the right field line, but it was in exactly the right spot. And there was no way for the right fielder to get to it in time. That pitch misses outside 2-0. And Drummond has wheels and was able to make it all the way around to third. 2-0 pitch is dinked into left. That'll be a base hit, and that'll split the gap and go all the way to the wall. That's going to bring home Peters. And Drummond is in at second with a double. Outstanding work by the left fielder today. 3 RBIs on the day so far, 5 total bases. That'll bring up Kobe Williams. Kobe Williams, the shortstop today, number 31 for Fairbanks. Or for Alaska, I guess I should say. Stands in with a runner on second. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Frankovich, the catcher, due up next, and Logan Wimberly, the designated hitter, in the hole. One no count, one out here in the second. And Williams blasts one into left, but it's right at Chasengram, who handles it cleanly for the out. Drummond will stay put there at second. That'll bring up Frankovich, the catcher, number 15.
Number 15, Jackson Frankovich.
Runner on second, 2 outs now. 7-1 lead, or 7-0 lead for the Goldpanners. 7 runs on 4 hits. Pitch to Frankovich is just outside, ball 1. And that's a called strike, apparently. Must have nicked the outside corner, I suppose. 1-1 to Frankovich is lined into right, but right at Moultrie, who's able to handle that and make the catch. And we've got some sirens going on somewhere. Panners get another run on another hit, and 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the top of the third, 7-0 Goldpanners. Welcome back to Growden here at the top of the third. Jake Chasengram stands in for the Seals, trailing now 7-0. Alfaro's first offering is right down the middle for a called strike. Chasengram is the left fielder for San Francisco today. That one's outside, ball one. Alfaro's off to a pretty good start this afternoon. Another one right down the middle. One ball, 2 strikes on Chasengram. And again, I know I said this before, but we didn't get a full roster for the Seals, so if we are saying someone's name wrong or getting some other details wrong, that pitch is in the dirt, 2-2. If we're getting some details wrong, we apologize. Speaking for myself and Giro and Ken, and I guess whoever will be doing this tomorrow. 2-2 pitch just swung on and missed, strike 3. It's Alfaro's third strikeout of the day so far. Old Spice, someone yells. It'll bring up the center fielder, number 8, Trey Brooks for San Francisco. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Again, this is a hot day here at Growden. It is in the 80s. Pitch misses low. My phone is saying 83. High for today is estimated to be 85, which I would believe every single degree of that. That pitch is chopped over to short, scooped up by Williams. And Brooks is able to beat out the throw and reach on an infield hit there. That breaks up Alfaro's perfect game. 7 up, 7 down, and then a base hit by Trey Brooks. That'll bring up Gabe Ngayak, local product. He's a recent Monroe High graduate, son of Michael Ngayak. Fairbanks people will probably know who I'm talking about. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Ngayak wearing bright pink batting gloves. And pink shoes. Yeah, good call, Andy. Pink batting gloves and pink shoes. He's
going to the Barbie movie after this.
He's going to the Barbie movie after this. That's right. He's doing Barbenheimer. Pitch is fouled over to right. You guys, I'm sure, have heard of people doing that. You go to the Barbie movie, and then right afterwards you go to the Oppenheimer movie, or the other way around, depending on your preference. There just about could not be 2 more different movies to see back to back. One is about girls' toy dolls, and the other one is about the invention of the atomic bomb. Like, oh, just off the outside corner. Full count now to Ngayak. Oh, and we got some chatter going on here between Carlos Gonzalez and the home plate umpire, who has some questions about the strike zone, I suppose. Yep, and he's been tossed. Carlos Gonzalez has been tossed, and now he's going to kick some dirt on the plate.
Oh, this is good TV.
This is good TV, that's what they say. You tell him, don't want anyone to have any fun today. We would hate that. Oh, and now there's a chair on the field.
associate head coach Carlos Gonzalez has been ejected from the game.
Oh, and my scoring app has crashed. That is inconvenient. That is very inconvenient. Let's see here. Hopefully I can open it in time. All right.
Back to the top of the lineup.
Excuse me, folks, while I catch up back to where I was. My, as I said, my scoring app here crashed.
It's all right, Henry, I got you. This is
All
Chris
right.
here.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Yeah, we got 0-0.
And Gayak walked on a full count.
He's about to whip this in there. That's a big batter. Just on the outside corner for a strike. The brilliance of Eddie continues.
All right, now there we are. Appreciate the assist there, Chris.
Oh, I've been waiting to put this sucker on.
I bet you have. That brings us back to the top of the lineup for the Seals with Moultrie back up. Now down 0-2, a called strike and a swing and a miss by Alfaro. Runners at first and second now. Brooks on second and Gayak at first. And bench coach Carlos Gonzalez has been tossed. And then he proceeded himself to toss a chair onto the field. And that's about when my laptop decided it was going to take a break. 1-2 now on Moultrie.
It's a shame, too. That chair had a family.
That chair had a family,
You
yeah.
know, it was sitting next to somebody.
You know, it was sitting with its chair friends and its chair compadres. There's a
strike.
delayed called strike 3 on Moultrie.
Now to bat for the Seals. is
That's
number
the
21,
fourth strikeout of the
Louis
game
Coca.
now for Alfaro. That'll bring up the shortstop, Louis Coca. Come on, someone just yelled out, "Come on, Coco Chanel," which is a reference. Yeah, you know, you get your yelling in at the umpire, and then you kick some dirt. Throwing the chair is an optional add-on. But you know, if you're going to get tossed already, you want to get your money's worth for it for sure. That's inside ball 2 on Coca.
Just throw a ball in.
And yeah, I don't know where that came from. New ball appeared on the field. Multi-ball we're doing today. Alfaro's 2-0 is sound like a broken bat, cracked foul, or cracked up just the middle. I'm losing my train of thought here. Just out of the reach of Williams. And he somehow, I don't know how, makes it all the way to second on that. A weak double, but running hard all the way.
Now to bat for the Seals is number
And Coca
24,
gets all the way up to
Carlos
second
Drain.
base on a ball that probably didn't go 110 feet off the bat. Brings Brooks into score, and Gayak moves up to third base. And with Coca now at second, 2 outs. Going to have a visit to the mound here by the third baseman, and we're going to have a pitching change too. It looks like. I guess Alfaro is going to come out of this game, and Garcia is going to move from the hot corner to the hill. And that was a quick hook. Looks like Nate Ewing is going to come in and play third in place of Alfaro.
Now pitching for your Alaska Goldpanners is number 11, Alex Garcia.
So
Taking
Garcia.
his place out in third base is number 16, Nathan Ewing.
So the Panners are going to lose the DH. as Ewing will come into the lineup in place of Logan Wimberly, is due up next for the Panners in the third. Garcia moves from third to the hill to take over here with 2 outs in the third inning. Garcia is a definite utility man. He's been a very valuable role player for this team.
Yeah, and lately his bat has woken up too. He's had some pretty well-placed hits.
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
So it's not just the fielding and just getting on base too. Just finding a way to get those speedy legs working, man. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a good point, Chris. He's been a pretty consistent hitter for the Panners this year, and you know, as a utility man, he's got that kind of enthusiasm. He'll play any position you put him in. And I've made this point before. He's kind of the perfect utility man, and every team needs a guy like that, a guy who will stand there at any position you tell him to and won't embarrass you doing it.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, well, Garcia's pitch here to Carlos Drain, number 24, the Seals first baseman, is just on the outside corner for a called strike. The 0-1 pitch is chopped foul over to right. Nearly hits the light tower. I say chopped. That really wasn't chopped. That was belted foul over to right. That one's rolled up the middle, handled by Williams, who makes a quick throw over to first, and it's a 6-3 putout. Garcia gets out of the jam real quick for the Seals in the third inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Sweet. Make sure you purchase your 50/50 tickets from the line.
Back in Growden for the bottom of the third hearing. Third inning here. 7-1 Goldpanners. Nathan Ewing, who took over at third base for the Panners, will lead off here in the third. He swings and misses at Finelli's first pitch. We had a Barbie Girl song playing during the intermission there. That pitch misses inside for a ball. Which begs the question, what's a good song? What's the Oppenheimer song? What's the there's a swing and a miss by Ewing. 1 and 2 now. What's the good counterpart for Barbie Girl? What's the Oppenheimer song? I don't think there is one, but if you guys think of one, let us know in the comments. I'm curious to think of what it is, and if we get a couple of good answers, we'll have Andy play them here during one of the inning breaks.
You know, there's that one song, you know, War. Huh. Good God, y'all.
Yeah, that's
What is it good for? So I think that
Edwin
one
Starr.
might
I think
fit,
yeah, that might be a good one. I think Electric Six has one called Nuclear War on the dance floor or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily my area of expertise, but full count now on Ewing. Pitch misses high, ball 4, so Ewing will trot down to first. And that'll bring up Cade Leefer.
Now up to bat for your Goldpanners is
Panners' first baseman today, number 6.
Leeper.
Leefer walked and scored in the first. And as a excuse me bunt there into the gap between the beer garden and the forbidden zone on the right field side.
Oh boy.
Where did Burnley go? And that one's floated into shallow center, and it'll be run down by Brooks for an out. That'll bring up the pitcher, Alex Garcia. It's not often you get the pitcher batting in a game with the designated hitter in the 3rd inning. But here we are. So Alex Garcia, the pitcher, batting now for the Panners. Runner at first, 1 out. Garcia singled and drove in 2 runs in the 1st inning. And that one's floated foul over into the bullpen on the right field side.
Another foul ball brought to you by Advanced Family Dentistry.
The foul ball was brought to us by Advanced Family Dentistry, apparently, who are today's game day sponsor. 0-1 to Garcia, misses outside for a ball. So if you find yourself in Fairbanks and you need some kind of dentistry work done, check out Advanced Family Dentistry. That's in the dirt ball too. They can help you with all of your foul ball and or dentistry needs, apparently. 2-1. Garcia is just on the inside corner for a called strike. 2-2 now. That one is in the dirt, gets away from Gonzalez, and Leefer will make his way down to second on that wild pitch. Full count now on Garcia. Burnley has recovered a foul ball from somewhere. That's a foul tip in the dirt. Garcia stays alive. Cole Phillip has the cowboy helmet on again, down in the first base coach's box. Full count to Garcia is chopped over to short. That'll be fielded by Coca. And the throw is in time to get Garcia, which draws some complaints from the crowd. It was a close play. That'll move Ewing down to third. Bring up the leadoff hitter, Logan Redeman. 1 for 2 so far today, batting here in the 3rd. Singled and scored in the 1st and flew out to end the 1st as the Panners batted around in that frame. Bats here with 2 outs and a runner over at 3rd. First pitch to Redeman is low for ball 1.
You know, if Redmond gets on base, I'm interested to see here if Phillips feeds him a gummy worm, because it looks as though he's feeding those first baseman runners there some yummy treats. So another wonderful incentive to get on base.
All right. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah. If the first base coach is in fact handing out incentives, that misses
gummies.
outside 3-0 now to Redmond. Yeah, I mean, that begs the question, are you allowed to bribe your own players to reach base as he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt? But I guess when you're wearing the cowboy helmet of authority, you can kind of
you more or less do what you want.
kind of do what you want, yeah. I mean, he's the sheriff over in that part of the field. So that's ball 4. So Redmond will trot down to first, and we'll see if he receives his award. That'll bring up Tyler Richardson, the right fielder today.
No, not today. Not this one.
I guess not.
Maybe we got to do more than just walk down.
Yeah, maybe a walk doesn't cut it. You gotta hit your way on, maybe, as Redmond puts on the oven mitt there, and as Richardson stands in. Runners at the corners now. Richardson takes the first pitch as low but inside, I guess, for a strike. Now he's 0-1. Ooh, almost hit him. Inside, way inside for a ball. 1-1 now. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 7-1 lead for Alaska here in the 3rd inning. Well high, ball 2. We got double barrel action now in the Seals bullpen, so whatever was happening behind right field earlier was maybe just some guys getting loose. I'm not sure. This is a swing and a miss at a junk ball down low. 2-2 on Richardson. That one is in the dirt, and that'll get away from Gonzalez, and that'll bring Ewing home to score.
It's another gold nugget in the bucket, baby.
Another gold nugget in the bucket, exactly.
That bucket's getting full.
That bucket's pretty full.
Yeah. 1-8.
Full count now on Richardson with Redmond down at second on the wild pitch. And, yeah, as Chris said, we got a pretty full bucket of gold here. And that's low, ball 4. That's the 3rd walk of the inning from Finelli. That'll bring up Carl Peters.
There it is. There it is. Oh, he ate it himself. He showed it to him and then ate it himself. Oh well. Hey, that's okay.
You gotta get up awfully early in the morning to get one over on Sheriff Cole down there at first base. Peters chops one foul to right towards the visitors' dugout. Every time Peters comes up, there's people who yell out, "Carl! Carl!" Like the, what's his name, Rick Grimes from Breaking Bad. That one's lined foul into left. That would have been extra bases if it was, or yeah, what did I say, Breaking Bad? I meant The Walking Dead. Those are very different shows. Those are very different shows. I almost did it again. Breaking Dead. No, The Walking Dead. Rick Grimes, this character, the way he yells to the kid Carl, he ends up saying, "Carl, Carl." So we got that one's lined foul, fair into left field, and that'll bring home. Oh, and Redmond runs through a stop sign, and no one's paying attention. So Richardson makes his way all the way over to third.
There it is.
Now
He's
up
feeding the
to bat
birdies again.
is number 13, Logan Drummond.
Well, that one he deserved a gummy.
Yeah, he earned that one. That'll bring up Logan Drummond, Goldpanner left fielder, now 9-1 in favor of the Panners. Runners at the corners, still 2 out. That one is bounced to short. It's going to be a long throw, and he's going to beat it out. Oh, infield hit there for Drummond, who's got wheels, as he demonstrated in the first inning.
Now up to bat for Goldpanners is number 31, Kobe Williams.
Drummond, in fact, is now a home run short of the cycle in 3 innings. He's got a triple, a double, and a home run,
No way.
which is a bit of an accomplishment. That'll bring up Williams as 0 for 1. He had a sac fly in the first, but then was able to reach because the left fielder just straight up whiffed on it, and then flied out, in the second. Takes the first pitch here for a called strike. After the leadoff walk to Ewing, Finelli got 2 quick outs. Fly ball to center, and then that was a foul ball back. Fly ball into center and a ground ball to the left side. But since then, 2 walks and 2 hits. They've brought in 3 runs. The Panners now have runners on the corners.
First and second.
Runners at first and second. Good catch, Chris. That one's chopped over to left. It'll be fielded by Coca, and the throw to first is in time.
Goldpanners strain a couple of runners on base, but they get 2 more runs out of it. They lead 9-1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning.
We go to the 4th inning. Panners up either 9-1 or 10-1. We'll have to figure that out in a second. We'll be back soon.
The 4th is number 0, Kai Young.
Welcome back, everybody. Kai Young here in the batter's box. We have Henry on the mic. What's up, Henry?
All right, Chris, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, we're back here in the 4th, as Chris said. Garcia still on the hill for the Goldpanners. Kai Young leading off for San Francisco. He's on the score sheet as number 0, although the back of his shirt just doesn't have a number on it. So I guess if there's any math nerds in the comments, you could tell us if he's number null, maybe, or number blank, or not sure how to describe that. We had some technical difficulties there with the new scoreboard. It's capable of many things, which as a pitch misses outside for a ball. It's capable of many things. It's a very incredible piece of machinery. But because it can do so much, it's a little bit complicated to operate. And our team of scoreboard technicians, that pitch is floated into left. That'll be caught by Drummond. Quick out for Young. That'll bring up number 30, the Seals' designated hitter, Mr. King.
The Seals, number 30, Blake King.
Blake King. I think I called him Marcus King in the first, or when he came up the first time. We apologize for that. Our new scoreboard is a Daktronics. 8026 is the model number. And it's capable of displaying a whole bunch of stuff. Pitches inside for a called strike. 0-2 now on King. The controller that comes with it, it's called the All Sports 5000, which is sounds like it's something out of a comic book. That one eats up Garcia and will go back up the middle for a base hit. King will be safe over at first. Weakly hit, but right in the spot where Garcia had no chance. And Redeman and Williams, neither one of them could get in the gap in time. That'll bring up Atticus Gonzalez, catcher for San Francisco. Anyway, the All Sports 5000 controller. They mean that literally. We have it set, obviously, for baseball mode, but reading through the manual, it can do football, it can do basketball, it can do hockey, it can do volleyball, it can do wrestling, it can do track and field. That one's fouled into right off one of the spare sets of bleachers. Gymnastics, water polo, curling, wrestling. I think I said wrestling already. You can basically do any sport that you can think of that would need a scoreboard. I'm sure there's more, but my brain capacity for names of sports isn't that big this morning or this afternoon. It's too hot. Anyway, so it's got about 1,000 buttons. That pitch is low for a ball 2. It's got about 1,000 buttons, and the interface isn't the most user-friendly thing. So, and we've only had it for a couple of weeks now, and we're still getting used to it. That one's fouled or lined right into the glove at first base, and a quick, unassisted number 3 double play. Excellent work by Cabe Leifer.
Unassisted double play by Mr. Leifer.
Excellent work.
Head to the bottom of the 4th with your Goldpanners up 10-1.
That'll bring us to the bottom of the 4th. Goldpanners up 10-1. It'll be Frankovich, Ewing, and Leifer due up when we return. We'll be back soon.
Now up to bat for your Goldpanners, number 15, Jackson Frankovich.
We go to the bottom of the fourth here at Growden, 10-1 Goldpanners. Catcher Jackson Frankovich leading off for Alaska. Number 15. 0 for 2 so far on the day.
Clifford played on the Fairbanks All-Stars.
Takes the first pitch low from Ethan Clifford, who new pitcher for the San Francisco Seals. Clifford played for the Fairbanks All-Stars, one of the local men's league guys. And that one's lined just foul down the right field line, foul by 2 feet.
Not even, man. I think like 6 inches. That sucker was close.
That was close. That had extra bases written all over it, but not quite. 1-1 now on Frankovich. Clifford played first base for the Seals in the first game on Thursday. Pitch is skied into center. Bit of a run in for Brooks, and he'll get there and make the catch. 1 out. That'll bring up Nathan Ewing, third baseman for the Panners. Oh my gosh. My freaking scorebook crashed again. Do not like this thing. That one's rolled over on the left side to third, long throw, and it'll get there in time. Make the out for Young.
All right, let's see if they get that 1-2-3 inning here that's been elusive for the Seals.
It certainly has been. Cade Leifer stands in. First pitch to him is, I guess, high. Ball 1.
Not by much.
No. It's well outside for ball 2. Leifer's 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and scored in the long first inning. And then flied out to center in the third. Was rolled up the middle, handled by the second baseman Angayak. Thrown over to first, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Seals.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened. That's good. That'll get us through the day maybe a little bit quicker. We go to the top of the 5th. Goldpanners 10, Seals 1. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to Growden. We start the top of the 5th inning. The score, Goldpanners 10, Seals 1. Jake Chasengram leads off for San Francisco. Takes Garcia's first pitch, I guess high for ball 1. some confusion, apparently. The pitcher for the Seals in the previous inning, that one's blasted deep but foul to left. My goodness. That at home run distance if it was fair.
Specialize in fixing all pain.
That's into the back of the Panner bullpen. The Seals pitcher for that last inning, we said it was Ethan Clifford, but the gentleman's name is apparently Simeon Langer. That one is rolled up the middle for a base hit. Fourth hit of the day for the Bay Area team. That'll bring up their center fielder, Trey Brooks, singled and scored the Seals' only run in the third inning. Simeon Langer. And did Simeon play for the Fairbanks All-Stars? He played for North Pole. Okay, he played for North Pole. So we may have some more details on that gentleman forthcoming, but we'll see. Like I said, we didn't really get a roster for this team, and they showed up shorthanded. That one's lined into center, but right at Peters, who makes the catch. We didn't really get a roster for this team. They showed up shorthanded and had to borrow some players from some local outfits. That'll bring up Gabe Barbenheimer and Gaiak. Speaking of local boys, stands in with his pink gloves and pink shoes. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Garcia. That one is just off the outside corner for a ball. I believe we were told that their plane arrived Thursday morning with 8 guys. And so they showed up to play a game Thursday night with 8 guys. There was a swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2 now on Gaiak.
Yeah, and supposedly a bunch of them just went to the wrong airport, waiting for their flight. Just like, I'm assuming a plane should be here for us.
Oh,
they
dear.
got word what happened. There's a hit.
That one's lined into left, and that'll be a base hit in front of Drummond. And Gaiak will be over at first, and Chisengram will stay put at second. They'll bring up Elijah Moultrie, the Seals right fielder. Yeah, there's a ton of airports in the Bay Area, so between San Francisco and Oakland and San Jose and I think Santa Clara and probably other ones that I'm not thinking of right now. First pitch to Moultrie is in there for a called strike.
Yeah, not exactly a problem we have up here in Fairbanks, more or less. If you're going to a different airport, you're probably going to some guy's backyard with a kit plane. So
that one's flied into left, and Drummond has that one easily measured. 2 outs now. It'll bring up Louis Coca, the Seals shortstop. Yeah, if you go to the wrong airport here, you're either hundreds of miles away in Anchorage, or you're going to be looking for a J3 Cub or a 185 or something.
Maybe you're in Fairbanks, Indiana.
Fairbanks, Indiana.
There is, yeah. There's a
There's one
right at him.
Lined into right at Richardson.
Yeah.
So the Seals get a couple of hits, but leave him stranded. 3 fly ball outs to the outfield. They leave 2, do not score. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Go to the bottom of the 5th, 10-1 Goldpanners. Back to Growden Park here for the bottom of the fifth. Pitcher Alex Garcia leading off for the Goldpanners. Swings and misses at strike one. From Simeon Langer, who is one of San Francisco's local players. That one is on the outside corner for strike two. Yep, that was a strike. It was maybe a generous one, but that's what he called it. That one's well outside, ball one. Simeon Langer and Ethan Clifford, who's now at first base for the Seals. Both, and Carlos Drain is over at third, so there's some defensive realignments for the San Francisco team. That one's outside, ball two. That one is floated into right. Bit of a run for Moultrie, but he'll get there and run it down.
Now to bat for your Goldpanners is number 8, Logan Redeman.
I'll bring up the leadoff batter for the Panners, number 8, Logan Redeman, playing second today. 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the long first and walked and scored in the third. Flew out as well in the first inning. Takes the first pitch outside.
It's either I screwed up because Chison Graham is in right field and Moultrie is in left field. Depends.
So we got some defensive adjustments for the Seals as well. Looks like Chison Graham is in right and Moultrie is in left. We'll see if we can sort out the rest of their changes here before too much longer. Redeman draws the walk there. I'll bring up Tyler Richardson. 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice, scored twice. Lined out to second in the second inning. There's a Chase Utley jersey over in right field. Long-time All-Star second baseman of the Philadelphia Phillies. Number 26. Borderline Hall of Fame candidate, too. People are expecting that the Phillies will retire his number next year. Phillies don't win the 2008 World Series without him, that's for sure. Langer throws over to first there. But Redeman back easily. The 1-1 to Richardson is up and away, ball two. Here's 2-1. He throws over again. He's not fooling Redeman with his pickoff move, that's for sure.
But as a lefty, as a southpaw up there, it's one of your go-tos. It's just a nice, simple step to first, keep him in, but then that happens.
Looped into right. That'll be a base hit. So after all that looking over, Redeman gets to second anyway on the single by Richardson. That'll bring up Carl the Good Day Peters.
Now up to bat for your Goldpanners is number 10, Carl Peters.
Peters is 1 for 2. Lined out to short, making the first out in that long first inning. They got plunked in the back in the second and scored on that, and then singled and drove in a run in the third. Stands in now with 2 runners on and 1 out against Langer. Takes first pitch low for a ball. one's drilled
Way
into
up
the
there.
air to center. Easily run down by Brooks. I'll bring up Logan Drummond for Goldpanners.
Now, for Goldpanners is number 13, Logan Drummond.
Left fielder, number 13.
So is he looking for the cycle still?
He's the guy looking for the cycle. He tripled in the first and doubled in the second and singled in the third.
All right, Logan, you know what to do.
So, yeah.
Now, is he aware of that? I wonder.
Probably. I'm sure he is. But there's probably two trains of thought going in his mind right now. The first one is, you know, holy cow, I'm a homer away from the cycle. I know what I got to do, especially with a 10-run lead.
Yeah.
10-1 lead. The second part of it, the second train of thought, though, is got to be as a ball player, put the ball in play and get on base.
And that's
which is
exactly what he
just
did. Yeah. Where are
And
you
that'll-
throwing it to? Where is he throwing it?
That's speaking of the cutoff man. I don't
Oh,
know.
boy.
They so Drummond has his fourth hit of the day and fourth RBI. They'll bring up Kobe Williams at shortstop. 0 for 2, reached in the first on an error on a botched sac fly. Still 2 out, runners at first and second. 11-1 Goldpanners. That one is low for a ball. Well, the thing is about Drummond, though, he's going to have, at this rate, probably 2 more at-bats at least. So that one's rolled foul over to the Panner dugout.
Yeah, and the way he hit that, too, just that was at a different angle. Seemed like even the velocity might have been there. So he knows. He knows what he has to do.
Oh, he knows. That was way outside for ball 2 on Williams. Swung through a breaking ball there for strike 2, 2-2 now.
So you mentioned that scoreboard. I could do a whole bunch of different sports. What would be another good sport activity to watch here at the Goldpanners?
Another good sport
Growden.
to watch here, Growden. Full count now on Williams, 2 outs, runners at the corners, or runners at first and second rather. They'll be off with the pitch. Well, I mean, we got the space. We could put a soccer field out here. I guess they're not off with the pitch. There's a miscommunication there, but Williams draws the walk. Bases are loaded now for Jackson Frankovich. 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the day. Goldpanner catcher.
And on a day like today, man, I'm thinking water polo. You mentioned water polo, and I'm thinking
Water polo.
water polo, man.
I mean, the logistics of constructing a pool, I don't.
Right? Water polo baseball.
Oh, and that hits Frankovich in the back, and he'll draw the painful RBI.
That nibbled him up.
Well, so now it'll be emotional damage. The Stephen He YouTube channel. It'll be 12-1 Goldpanners now. Bases still loaded, and that'll bring up Nathan Ewing for the Panners. Bases full of gold, as Giro would say. Hope you're listening, Giro. Hope you're having a good time.
Drop another nugget in that bucket.
Dealing with your whatever you got going on this beautiful day. It's probably raining in Anchorage again, though, huh?
I know when I left Anchorage yesterday, it was one of the most beautiful trips I have made on the Parks Highway.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely gorgeous. Denali was out. Denali Park was hopping, as it always is in the summertime. Yeah, we even stopped at the bridge right before Denali Park. Kids have to see that.
Hurricane or
Hurricane Gulch, I think it was, yes. And it took all of my inspirational speaking to keep them off of the bridge. There's a little walkway down there. I'm just like, just not now.
Oh, that one just nicks the top of the net. 2-2 on Ewing.
If you're not on the lookout for foul balls.
So when you were in the park, tell us about your trip. Where'd you go?
No, we went up to Girdwood. I took my daughter. She's always wanted to go downhill mountain biking. And so Hilltop and Mount Alyeska, there's a beautiful shot.
Roller into left. That'll bring home a run. Station to station. Everybody moves up 90 feet. 13-1 now, Goldpanners. That'll bring Cade Leifer. And nope, I take that back. We're going to have a pinch hitter. That'll be number 59.
That's number 59, Cole Phillips.
There we go.
The sheriff of first base himself, Cole Phillip, with the cowboy helmet.
Yeah, let's see if he ate some of those gummies.
Let's see if he ate some of those gummies.
He's got enough energy to do this.
He is takes a called strike there. He has an interesting way of holding the bat. He's got his hands in a different orientation than most people. I assume he knows what he's doing.
Or that's a dare. One of the two. What the?
Well, he knocks one foul.
Other foul ball brought to you
Well,
by
let's see here.
Specialize in fixing all window panes.
Yeah, I'm left-handed, and I even have a hard enough time hitting the ball with that with that grip. But I'm not at that league.
Well, he takes a ball outside, 1-2 now. This is
I have so many questions.
this is definitely an at-bat that only happens when you have a 12-run lead, though. And the coach likes you. So Phillip is a showman. He's definitely one of the fan favorites here. That's chopped up the middle, fielded by Langer, who toss over to first. Phillip is retired. 1-3 goes the put out there. Panners bat around, leave the bases loaded. Not another 3 runs out of it. 13-1 Fairbanks as we go to the 6th inning. We'll be back to Growden in a bit.
Don't forget, baseball fans. To bat for the San Francisco Seals here in the top of the 6th inning. It's number 24, Carlos Green.
Welcome back, everybody. Alex Garcia on the mound. Thomas Green in the batter's box. Right-handed batter's box. With a beautiful, looks like a mahogany bat. I think it's glistening in the sun. Right on the corner. Strike one. What's up, Henry?
All right, Chris, thank you. Trying to untangle my wire from my headpiece here. Trying to make sense of the defensive adjustments that have been made by both teams. We got Cole Phillip into the game. He pinch hit and made the last out in the previous inning for the Panners, and he's now standing over at first base. That pop up to second, handled easily by Logan Redeman.
Now up to bat for the San Francisco Seals is Ethan Clifford.
Local Fairbanks and Ethan Clifford up to bat.
Oops. Alrighty. Yeah, Clifford playing first for the Seals now.
Great.
Lines the first pitch into left, just down the line, fouled by a couple of feet.
He saw all of that, just couldn't hold off just enough. Just a little bit more, we've got it down the fair line.
Yeah. Smelly Smelko running out to get that one. That one is in the dirt, and that'll get away.
Just a little bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Tried the corner and missed.
Stares at the daylight saving, which is not.
Right.
That one's lined right at Redeman, who makes the out easily himself as well. So 2-4 unassisted putouts. They'll bring up Blake King. Seals DH. Blake Burger King. Are we gonna see Happy Boy this afternoon?
We're going to get him right now.
All right, Chris is on his way to go and find the man himself. So stay tuned, folks. Happy Boy never takes a day off, even when it's 1 trillion degrees. First pitch to King is on the outside corner for a strike. That one is fouled back, breaks a zip tie on the netting. If you're a long timer here on PannerVision or coming to our games at Growden, we got the new net installed a couple of years ago. And oh, it helps a ton. That's absolutely right, Burnley. But if you look at it closely, it needs some maintenance. Foul balls have broken a lot of the zip ties holding it up to the cables over the last couple of years. That one misses, I guess, high for ball 2-2. Now 2 outs. 13-1 Panners here in the top of the 6th. And that one back up the middle, and that'll just get through the gap there. King will make his way over to first on a base hit.
Now up to bat for the Seals is number 39, Atticus Gonzalez.
I'll bring up the Seals catcher, Atticus Gonzalez. Batting here with a runner on first, 2 outs. The Gem Company installed that netting for us, GHEMM. By Meg Nordale. They're kind of a Fairbanks icon. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Gem has done, in particular at Growden, a ton of work here. They've helped us with a number of projects over the years, and even back when Growden was modernized in the 70s, grandstand and the lights were installed. Gem was instrumental in accomplishing some of that work, and when the grandstands were readjusted, swing and a miss, strike 2. The grandstands were elevated and moved in the 90s. Gem did that work as well. I assume they would have done what I mentioned, phase 2 earlier, the kind of forbidden zone building over on the right field side. That would have been them, but money ran out and interest dried up. But no, Gem's helped us out a lot. That pitch is high for ball 3. Full count now, 2 outs. Run over at first. King will be off with the pitch. And again, he's not, which is surprising. That one's roped into right. That'll be an easy catch for Richardson. And Seals strand a runner. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Score 13-1, Goldpanners. Welcome back to Growden. Go to the bottom of the sixth.
Number 11, Alex Garcia.
Leading off the inning for the third inning in a row is going to be Alex Garcia, currently the pitcher for the Panners, pitcher of record. He's been pitching pretty well. He's got, he takes ball one. He's got one run allowed in 4 innings, which is not a bad outcome for anybody. 1-0 pitch is lined down the left field line. That'll be fair. It'll go all the way to the wall, and Garcia's got legs. He's going to turn and make his way into second with an easy standing double.
Back to the top of the lineup.
That'll bring up Logan Redeman. Logan Redeman, the leadoff batter for the Goldpanners. Number 8, the second baseman today. He's 1 for 2. He's singled and scored, leading off the game. Flew out in the end of the first inning when the Panners batted around. And then he walked twice in the third and fifth and scored both times. There's a ball outside. Redeman now stands in with Garcia out at second. That's on the outside corner for a strike. The 1-1 pitch is low in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1 now. From Simeon Langer. Misses outside, 3-1. After Redeman, we have Richardson. That pitch is lined into center. Long run for Brooks, but he'll get there and make the catch up against the warning track. Route number 1. That'll bring up Tyler Richardson, Goldpanner right fielder, number 30.
Goldpanners is number 30, Tyler Richardson.
Richardson also 1 for 2. Walked and scored in the first, walked and scored in the third, singled and scored in the fifth, and lined out to second to open up the second inning. Stands in here with Garcia still out at second, 1 out now. That one is chopped foul on the right side. The 0-1 pitch is chopped foul behind the plate. 0-2 on Richardson. For Richardson, we got Peters, the center fielder, Drummond, the left fielder, and Williams, the shortstop. But Richardson here with 1 out, 0-2. Garcia at second. That one is floated to short, and oh, they almost had a double play, and the second baseman couldn't handle the ball, but put out goes 6 unassisted easily enough. That'll bring up Peters.
Now up to bat for your Goldpanners is number 10, Carl Peters.
First pitch to Peters is on the outside corner for a strike. Outside ball 1. 1-1 now on Carl Peters. That one's in the dirt, and Gonzalez is able to block it, keep in front of him. Like I said, he's been earning his keep today. His pitchers aren't doing him a lot of favors, but he's doing his best. 2-1 on Peters. Garcia still out at second. 2 outs now. This is outside, 3-1. Panners are about done with their season. 3-1 to Peters is outside, ball 4, so he'll head down to first. That'll bring up what is love, Drummond, Logan Drummond.
Is number 13, Logan Drummond.
Panners are about done with their season, as I was saying. Fan Appreciation Day is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. against the Seals. It'll be the final home game of the year. And then they head down to, I believe, Medford, Oregon to play there. It was a pitch lined into right, but right at Chisholm-Graham. And that'll do it here in the bottom of the 6th. Panners leave 2. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left, no errors, and 2 left, sorry. And go to the top of the 7th. Goldpanners 13, Seals 1.
to Jake Chisengren.
Welcome back to Growden. We start at the top of the 7th here, 13-1 Goldpanners over the Seals. Alex Garcia on his out for his 5th inning of work. First pitch is a called strike. We've got a bit of a defensive alignment or defensive change happening. Carl Peters is out of the game, and in place of him, Logan Drummond moved from left to center. And in place of Peters, we've got Logan Groff playing left field. And we had a bit of a preemptive Sweet Caroline start there. There's a liner over to third, easily handled by Nathan Ewing. One out. I'll bring up Trey Brooks, Seals center fielder. Now batting with one out. But we have all 4 Logans in the line in the lineup right now. Yeah, we got Logan Drummond, Logan Wimberly, Logan Redeman, and Logan Groff. Oh yeah. So yeah, we started the season with 3, and then we added a Logan. You can never have too many Logans. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but we'll go with it. That one's in the dirt outside for a ball. 2-1 now on Brooks. Floated foul over into shallow right. Easily handled by the sheriff himself, Cole Phillips. He's having a good time out there. That'll bring up one of the Seals' local kids, Gabe and Guyek, their second baseman. He offers at that one. That's a strike. 0-1. Thank you very much, Danny. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Danny Vaziri here has brought us some ice and some water to the press box, and because it's 30 million degrees, that's sorely needed. Oh, that hits the spot. Pitch is low. Ball 2-1 now on Guyek. One paints the corner there for a strike. 2-2. 2 outs. That one's fouled behind the press box. Towards the Shave Ice Sisters food truck.
They're located across from the Alyeska Pipeline, Viewpoint.
It's inside. Full count now. On Guyek. And he draws the walk. He's been on base all 3 times up today. 2 walks now and a base hit in the 5th. Left stranded left stranded twice. We'll bring up their leadoff man, Elijah Moultrie. And we got a helicopter flying over the National Guard Armory behind right field. Looks like it's making a pylon turn to watch us almost. First pitch misses inside for a ball. Huh. I wonder what that is. I don't think the News Miner has a helicopter money in their budget. That one's skied into center. Easy play for Drummond. And Seals strand a runner. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 13-1 Goldpanners. And we'll be right back. But before we leave, stay tuned because Happy Boy will be taking the field momentarily.
Proud to present on a hot Sunday afternoon, Happy Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Happy Boy. Chose the wrong day to wear flannel, Mr. Happy Boy. That's all right. You're awesome, Happy Boy. We'll see you tomorrow. Now up to bat for your Goldpanners is number 31, Colby Williams.
All right, welcome back to Growden. Bottom of the 7th here. Colby Williams leading off for the Panners, shortstop, wearing number 31. Takes the first pitch from Simeon Langer, high for a ball. That one is, well, I don't know what happened to that, but I guess I don't need it. Dropped the lid for my water bottle. Yeah. That'll be a called strike over the outside edge. Now, for those of you who stayed tuned during the break and saw Happy Boy and heard Andrew's comment, that one's lined into center. That'll drop for a base hit for Williams. It's for all my complaining about the heat. I'm wearing a T-shirt. Happy Boy struts out wearing a flannel shirt and overalls. So, I mean, he's a prospector, so of course, he's got to have his prospecting outfit on. But, man, I bet he's I bet he's a little warm today. That one's a rolled foul over on the right field side. Frankovich swings and misses at that, 0-2. That pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Gonzalez. Ooh. Hits him in the back.
Emotional.
Crack up every time Andy plays that bit. Emotional damage.
He'll definitely.
There's
Definitely a case for.
There's a YouTuber named Stephen Stephen H.E. And that's, I guess, his tagline or what have you. His channel is good. It's worth checking out. That'll bring up Nathan Ewing, Goldpanner third baseman. And batting in place of Logan Wimberly, who started the game as a designated hitter. Garcia moved from third to the mound. Ewing came in place of the DH to take over the hot corner. Stands in now and lines one fair just out of the reach of Clifford at first base. Everyone will move up 90 feet. That's a tough one. No real way to get to that. So that'll go down as an infield hit. And that'll bring up Cole Phillip, the sheriff of first base. Batting now with the bases loaded and no outs. Let's see what he can do here. He skies one foul over to right behind the beer garden.
Another foul ball brought to you
Oh,
by
on
Salty
the
Interactive.
the old bleachers over there, next to the wheelbarrow. Phillips lines one up the middle, and hits into a 4-6-3 double play that will get a run in, but he won't get the RBI.
Now up to bat for your Goldpanners is number 11, Alex Garcia.
Got to bring up the pitcher, Alex Garcia. Garcia's 2 for 4 on the day, double and single. Driven in a couple. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. And he pops one up over on the right side, easily handled by Ngayak for the third out. So the Panners get 3 runners on, but with the double play, only get 1 run out of it. 14-1 Goldpanners as we go to the 8th inning. Welcome back to Growden on a blistering afternoon. Start the top of the 8th with Louis Coca leading off for San Francisco. A couple more defensive adjustments for the Goldpanners. Gobi Williams has moved from third base to the mound. Alex Garcia has gone back from the mound to the hot corner as the first pitch there is a called strike. And Nathan Ewing has moved from the hot corner to shortstop. We got Chris here joining us again.
Yeah, welcome back, PannerVision fans. I should say welcome back to me, because I'm the one who just got back.
Welcome back to you. Chris is, as you may know, he helps our friend Happy Boy out when he makes his visits to the ballpark.
That's correct. I am his handler.
How's Happy Boy doing? It's
Well,
got to be pretty warm for him wearing that prospector uniform today.
Yeah, he's just happy there's no mosquitoes out. He remembers some mosquitoes back in 1908. It's a really bad year for him in the summertime here. So, no, he doesn't really mind the hot weather. He's still pretty ornery, though, when you wake him up and around, bottom of the 6th, top of the 6th, whatever it is. But
ring him up there.
Yeah, he's gone.
Coca takes a called third strike. That'll bring up Carlos Drain, Seals third baseman.
Now up to bat for the Seals is number 24, Carlos.
So I hear that he that he still has his mining claim, and when he's not here at the ball games, he's still out prospecting.
That's right. Yep, just on the other side of Pedro Dome, where it kind of all started here in the early 1900s. He
Ooh.
still goes out there, and
That'll be over Drain's head for
Yeah.
ball one.
good catch on that one. And yeah, every once in a while too, he'll grab a fishing rod and reel, go check out the grayling fishing. Although there's a bit of arsenic in those creeks up there, so it's not a lot. So I think he just lives on squirrels and mice.
Squirrels and mice. Yeah,
It's a living.
that's a living. Yeah.
You know.
Well, he's what? He's 125 or something.
He's
huh?
100
Ooh,
now.
That'll hit Drain in the
Yeah,
back. He's not
That was-
happy with it.
It's okay. It's pretty slow.
It was,
I don't
Pitch is brought to you
yeah,
by
not exactly a heater. That'll
Offense.
bring up Ethan Clifford,
And if you're a plaintiff
Seals
or
first
defendant in
baseman,
the case,
one of the
Mr.
local
Shatterberg
players
steps
today.
back. Now up to bat for the Seals is Ethan
I've heard
Clifford.
in the winter he's been known to take to the slopes too. Is that?
Yeah, that's something kind of new for him. He figured in his middle age he should probably learn a couple of new sports, and so I took him up to ski land. I volunteer up there on the weekend, so I took him up and showed him around a little bit, and he really took to it. And again, it's just a small little walk from his old cabin up there, and so he just really took to it. He's going to try some snow machine and cross country skiing, and if we're lucky, as Happy Boy usually is, get him on a dog sled.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
You know, maybe hit up the Yukon Quest finally, one of his dreams.
That's it's been one of his bucket list items for the last 60 years, huh?
Yeah, but the problem is, I guess the dog he scares the dogs.
Oh.
You know, and so there he is. He's just getting mauled by dogs. It's not a very it's an unhappy sight, really.
It's unhappy boy.
Yeah, but he loves it. He loves it.
That one's fouled right back. 1 and 2 on Clifford.
You're lucky that the nettings there. Another foul ball brought to you by Advanced Family Dentistry.
So, and with luck too, maybe next year he's always wanted to travel out of Alaska, which he's never have. You know, and you live that kind of lifestyle. It's he has a big world out there, as Alaska is, but he'd like to see some of the other states. Maybe the tournament down in Grand Forks,
Oh,
British Columbia, I think would be a good one to take him with.
that'd be an interesting visit for the old timer.
Indeed it would.
1-2 to Clifford, swung on and missed to strike 3. 2 strikeouts now for Williams. That'll bring up Blake King.
Now up to bat for the Seals, Mr. Burger King, Blake King.
Blake King, the Burger King.
Yeah, a nice little tip of the hat. He's never heard that one before, I'm sure.
King is 2 for 3 on the day, singled twice. In the 4th, got eliminated on a double play, and in the 6th, got left stranded at the end of the inning. First pitch from Williams to King is on the outside corner for a strike. Now, I believe I saw Happy Boy driving a Zamboni this last winter. Is that?
Yes,
Is that right?
That's true. He was employed for a day with the Nanooks, and he got to play with the Nook, big old polar bear there, and they goofed off. He's a big goof, you know. So trying to get him to work was tough, but he did do the Zamboni job there, and he was pretty good at it.
That one's skied up to short. It'll be easily handled by Ewing. And
That's
hit by
it.
pitch doesn't come around to score. So
No hits, no errors.
we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 14-1 Goldpanners.
14-1. Now up to bat for your Goldpanners is number 8, Logan Redeman.
Welcome back to Growden. Start the bottom of the 8th here. Logan Redeman leading off for the Panners. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1 from new Seals pitcher E6, Lawrence Westbrook. Redeman lines the second pitch fair just inside the line over to first base. It'll be easily handled by Ethan Clifford for the 3 unassisted putout. We'll bring up Tyler Richardson. Westbrook appears to be wearing a jersey with the number 93 on the back, but it's upside down, so it looks like it says E6. So we've got him on the roster here as 26. So I'm assuming that's what the intent was there, and that pitch misses outside to Richardson. Assuming that they were going for 26 and somehow didn't block out enough of the number or something. That one's rolled over to short. It'll be handled and thrown out by Coca. 6-3 goes the put out there. 2 quick outs. That'll bring up they'll bring up pitcher and current outfielder Logan Groff, number 20, making his first at-bat of the year, I believe. Panners have a number of two-way players. It's pretty common for teams at this level. High school, college, and semi-pro / collegiate teams. It's pretty common for them to have two-way players. That one's in the dirt, and it bounces over the catcher's arm. 2-0 on Groff.
I'm still geeking out on those numbers. I mean, it's not like he's wearing the shirt upside down. So I like E6. E6 seems like to be a pretty valid thing. I think that's going to start something. Although
Groff chops this one over to third. Long, tough play, and Groff will beat out the throw, so he has an infield hit on his first at-bat of the year.
Well, it was a good hustle there by the third baseman, though. That was close. He made it close.
Yeah, that's a tough play.
Yeah.
Kind of bounce like that. You know, there's got to be some English on it as it comes off the turf, and this turf is old enough that there's definitely some unpredictability to it.
All 4 Logans on the roster today.
We got Logan Drummond, another Logan. Drummond's still working on his cycle. He's 4 for 5 with 2 singles, a double, and a triple. Whole bunch of runs scored and RBIs and all that. Stands in here with a fellow Logan at first base. Takes his first pitch outside or on the outside corner for a called strike. Yeah, I'm not sure what the story is with this pitcher's number, but like I said, if you can see on the camera when he turns around, it's very clearly 93, but upside down. But he's wearing a shirt. You can't wear the shirt upside down, so that's kind of a mystery. I'm not sure how they did that. Maybe they stenciled it wrong, or maybe it's a joke.
Yeah, maybe now it's really valuable. Who knows?
I mean, if I was a shortstop, I would want a shirt that said E6, I think. But just because that would be.
Just get it out of the way.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, if we're going to talk about it, let's just get it over with. Let's talk about it.
Exactly. Ball 2 outside on Drummond, so 2-1. Yeah, I mean, you know, just like if you're a pitcher, having BB on the back of your shirt or something would be good. That one's in the dirt, gets away from Gonzalez, but I'll keep Groff over at first. 3-1. There's a major league pitcher. He played for the Giants for a few years. I'm not sure if he's still playing for them or not. His name was Grant Ball 4, and that sounds like I'm making that up, as there's Ball 4 to Drummond. But his name was Grant Balfour, Balfour. And I'm like, you know, as a pitcher, that should not be your name. That'll bring up Kobe Williams, the current pitcher for the Panners. Williams is 1 for 3 on the day, reached on a walk in the 5th and had a sac fly in the 1st, and then singled and scored in the 7th. First pitch to him is a called strike.
Well, I think we had a dentist. I mean, being it's dentist day today, I know we have a Dr. Payne
Oh, yeah.
in town. Someone even told me too, and I can't back this up. There was a Dr. Feelgood, and I really hope that's true.
Dr. Feelgood.
I really do.
I'm sure there is a Dr. Feelgood somewhere. There's probably a Dr. Hertz.
There's one on the Motley Crue album out there somewhere.
1-1 to Williams. Swung on a miss, straight
That was
two.
a nice breaking ball.
Just misses outside. 2-2.
So what is it now? Like 3 or 4 days, they're going to start up on this field, pulling it up. That's going to be weird. Wonder what's under there.
Swung on
That's
it,
it.
missed. That'll do it for the Panners in the 8th.
Goldpanners lead with
We go to the top of the
9.
9th. Goldpanners 14, San Francisco Seals 1. We'll be back soon here on PannerVision.
You know what time it is? Who knows what time?
Welcome back to Growden. Top of the 9th.
Up to bat for the Seals.
Goldpanners
39,
holding a
Atticus
14-1
Gonzalez.
lead on the San
And third base
Francisco
for the
Seals.
7, Eric Smelko.
They'll bring up Atticus Finch. Oh my gosh.
You did it. You did it. I was wondering which of us are going to slip up on that first.
Well, it won't bring up Atticus Finch because that's not a real character. That'll bring up Atticus Gonzalez, the Seals catcher. And we got some defensive adjustments for the Panners. Eric Smelly Smelko has come into the game playing third base in place of Garcia. And there's a quick liner into right, and that'll be one out.
Now pitch hitting for the San Francisco Seals. It's number 41.
We got a pinch hitter here for Jake Chisengram, but we don't know who it is. His number is 41.
Bat is number 41, Devin Bendingcourt.
Devin Betancourt. All right. Devin Betancourt is who we got now. First pitch to him is outside. Second one is on the inside corner, or outside corner, sorry, for a strike. 1-1 now on Betancourt. So Nathan Ewing goes from shortstop to the mound in place of Kobe Williams. Called strike 2. Williams goes from the hill back to short, and in to play third base is Eric Smelko. So Garcia's done for the day. There's a quick strike 3. So the last hope for the Seals is going to be Trey Brooks, their center fielder. He's 1 for 3 today. Singled and scored the Seals' only run in the 3rd inning. Flew out to center in the 5th and popped up foul to first in the 7th. That's here in the 9th. Seals need 13 bloops and a blast here, and you're going to counting on Trey to get them started. 1-0 pitch to him is in there for a called strike, 1-1. Yeah, usually when you say bloop and a blast, it's a 2-run situation, not a 13-run situation. That one's chopped foul to left. I mean, it ain't over. You never know. They're down to their final strike here, though.
Well, and they'll always have tomorrow.
They always have tomorrow, but...
Be it a 7-inning game, not a 9-inning game, I've been told.
Is that what we've been told?
Yep.
All right. So 7-inning game tomorrow, folks. It'll be the final home game of the year. That one's lined into center. This should end it. And there we go. Drummond makes the catch for the final out. And that'll do it. Your final score here at Growden. Goldpanners 14, San Francisco Seals 1. Wow, says the scoreboard. There's, like I said earlier, a lot of room for shenanigans on that scoreboard. So for Chris Carlson and Burnley here in the booth, engineering and producing, and chiming in with helpful comments and helping me out when I press the wrong button or lose track of time. This is Henry Cole. Thanks for tuning in to PannerVision. And we'll be back here tomorrow with someone else at the mic. So be sure to tune in. It'll be 7 p.m. start, or 6:30 p.m. start. My apologies. Fan Appreciation Night, final home game of the year. And then after that, the Goldpanners will head down to, is it Medford, right?
We're heading to Medford, Oregon for 4 days.
Medford, Oregon for a 4-game series against the independent Medford Rogues. And that'll be the end of the Goldpanners season for 2023. So, again, for all of us here at PannerVision, thanks for tuning in, where you can turn on, tune in, and pan out. We'll talk to you next time. Bye, Panner Nation.